afternoon, you all. Thank you for stopping by Brenda Lee's Creations, all things printable and more. I hope you all are having a great day on this Friday. A couple things before I get started that I would like to make mention of. I have wanted to do a smaller video to just say that I'm thinking about everyone. Don't know where everybody live. I know some people live in North Carolina. Some lived in Florida. I think some people that I've subscribed to is in Tennessee. So people are all over. And I'm in Greenville, South Carolina. So I just want to come to say that I've been thinking about everyone, through this storm, a hurricane. It's more than a storm. This hurricane that we had the last 2 weeks that left everyone without power and internet service and uh, displaced people from their homes. People lost lives, people lost home, cars, business. All these things have taken place. And I just want to come to say that I am thinking about you all. I am praying for our country. We are in the midst of this election and, and all its craziness and all these things are going on. But I just want to encourage everyone that the God we serve, He is in control, and what looks like a disaster to us, to him, is nothing. So we have to think about those things. And God will give us, and he has given us peace through all of this, even though, we lost, some folks have lost a lot. We are still thankful that we are still amongst the living, that he is not done with us yet. And so we just want to thank him and give him praise and glory just for being our God, protecting us, watching over us. I was thinking of two words that we had been discussing in one of my theology classes, and we were talking about the awfulness of God and the grace of God. And so, what does that look like? The awfulness is God. We will say it is when disasters take place, when we go through trials and tribulations, and just like what we just went through with Helene, and now with Milton that came through on yesterday and messed up a whole lot of things. I haven't really looked at the news today, but that we will call the awfulness of God, because we know that God is in control, that he controls uh, Mother Nature. Everything that we are going through, he controls it. He allows it to happen for whatever his will is and his purpose. And then so when we look at the grace of God, we look at that, how he had mercy on us, because it could have been worse. But he did show compassion. He showed mercy. And somebody might say, well, how did God do that when people lost their lives and people lost homes and stuff? We are still here. And he is still showing us our grace, regardless of what his grace, regardless of what the situation looks like. God is a loving God. He is a compassionate God. We just have to continue to believe and trust him and know that he knows what he is doing. He has all power in the palm of his hand. And if God was not on the throne, you think Helena was a disaster? The earth we live in would be, I can't even fathom it. So he is still on the throne. He is still holding everything with the palm of his hand and by his love. So let us just think about that and continue to pray for one another, that we will be strengthened. Those who have lost loved ones through this disaster, um, we just pray and that they will find the peace of God, and just know that he's in control, and all of us have a set time, and we don't know how that set time gonna come or what it's gonna look like, but we just need to be ready when that time comes. A lot of folks say, well, I never seen anything this bad, and have not prepared. And sometimes I kind of think, okay, no, my thinking, and I guess because my studying the word, and I just learned to trust him and not get all worked up about something I cannot do a thing about. It's in his hand. And so was just saying that I'm praying for everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. Hope y'all didn't lose uh, too many material things through the storm. We know practically everybody was without power and all of that for a week. Some folks here in Greenville still don't have power. Some have power and no internet service. We just got our power restored last Monday, and so didn't have too big of a disaster in the neighborhood or the area I live in, but a couple streets over, and it was something. A lot of stuff was just messed up. A lot of trees fell on people's homes. My sister, she owns some property. One of her properties was destroyed. Tree fell through the house, and so happened it fell through the latest kitchen, but so happened she was in another room when that took place. But other than that, nobody was hurt. So everybody's doing fine. There, people still doing what they do. They talked about in the days of Noah how people were still having parties and just doing their thing. And in this storm, I saw the same thing. People just doing their thing. Um, so don't be surprised. Whatever happens, just don't be surprised. That know that God is working it and it's part of His provision. So, with all of that, welcome to Brenda Lee's Creations. All things printable and more. And I hope that you are having an enjoyable time today. I wanted to get on just to show you how I make my cozy bowls. And I have an order for this one. It is Georgia Bulldog. This is the fabric that I'm using. And so it's going to be this pattern on one side, and I'm going to use black on the other side. And so this is what the cozy bowls look like. This is one I've had made. And so what it does, anything hot, you have a bowl. You set your bowl down in here. If you want to heat up some chili beans, some soup, grits, whatever you're going to put in a bowl that needs to go in the microwave, you can use still. Slide the whole thing in the microwave, pull it out, and eat it. It protects your hands from the heat. And it also protects your hand from cold stuff if you're eating ice cream or something to that nature. So I just love it. Putting my chili beans in the wintertime when I'm eating chili beans and putting it in the microwave and heating it up. I really enjoy this thing. So that is what I'm doing today. So in order to do that, they come in different sizes, and the size that I am doing today is my pattern is a 10 by 5.5. So I cut out a 10 by 5.5 square, cut my pattern out, cut out my batting that I'm going to use. And the thing about the cozy bowl, everything has to be 100% cotton because it goes in the microwave. Anything that's not can melt and catch on fire. So the thread has to be 100% cotton, the batting 100% cotton, no mixed fabric or anything, 100% cotton, and the fabric itself 100% cotton. So once I get those squares cut out, what I do next, as you can see, I have some diagonal lines here. So I draw those lines from one corner to the next, and I get that X, what you see there. And then I fold it in half so that I can mark my corners here. And these corners here are the pinch corner. That's what helps the bowl to set down. You see how right here. And so when you cut that, you cutting it so that you'll have these little notches here that makes it a bowl. So I do that on both sides. On this side here, and then once I sew that, I flip it, and then I do the next side. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put my fabric on here, and I am going to sew my fabric to this Come on, Brenda. To this batting. And so you want to sew it with the pretty side up. You want to sew it with the pretty side up. So that is that side. I'm going to sew it on this side. I'm going to stitch on that side. And then once I get that stitch and all my corners stitched, I'm going to come back and let you see what it looks like. And I'm going to do this one as well. So you do both of them the same way. So I'm going to pause the video. Okay, I've gotten both sewed, and so this is what it looks like once you sew your ends together like here, and then you do it on this side as well. So you have something that looks like a bowl. And so what you do now with this, so I got two pieces. So you are going to put pretty side to pretty side. Now we see some of our batting is around, so we are going to trim some of that off when we put it together. So I'm going to flip this in so that, well, before I flip that in, I am going to cut off some of this fabric here. So I am going to do that, and I'll be right back. I'm trying to. Okay, so I have rounded the ends off here, as you can see. They are round, and I have pretty side to pretty side. And so what I'm going to do now is position these to fit, and I am going to clip them all the way around and sew it together. Okay, so now I have everything all clipped. This is what it looks like. I need to leave at least 2 inches open so I can turn it inside out. So this is going to be my 2 inches here. I'm going to start stitching here. I'm going to do a back stitch. When I close it, I'll do another back stitch. So I will let you watch me. Let's get started here. Okay, so I am going to this. I do have a presser foot here to help lift it up over the bulk of the fabric. So I'm going to do about 3/8 of an inch. I believe that's what it is. Okay. Okay. So you just need to kind of take your time unless you're good at this, and I'm not. Trying to come around these curves. Switch. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in and watch me make my cozy bowl. I am trying to do more videos of different things so I can get my subscribers up and hit my goal. So then my goal is to get 1,000, and I wanted to do 1,000 by Mother's Day this year, but that did not happen. So, and I'm okay with that. It is what it is. It is what it is. So I have reached my point. I'm going to back stitch, come forward. Okay, and I am done. Okay, so I just need to clean it up a little bit and turn it inside out. Okay, let me put that right there so that y'all can see. Okay, so this is the bowl, and I'm going to cut some of this off around the edges, and so it won't be so bulky. And then we would turn this baby inside out, see what we got going here. Okay, so let's see. So I'm just cutting off some of the extra fabric once I sewed it. You have a little extra here. Be careful not to cut your thread. Okay. All right, so I got that done. Now, my opening is here. It's going to be a little tight. That is not, well, almost 2 fingers, but so it's easier if you go in from a corner like over here and pull it towards you. Try to pull it towards this opening here. And then just kind of pull it out. Let it work itself out. Should have left it open a little more than I did, so it won't be so hard to pull out. But we are getting it. We're getting there. We are getting there. Have any of you all made any of these before? So I saw another. It's a pot holder. It was real simple, and I think I'm gonna try it, but I get so distracted because I see stuff and I want to make it right then. I forget about what I'm working on and start moving on to something else. So I have to stay focused because I would do that in a heartbeat. Yeah, see, I say, oh, it don't take long to do that, but honey, it takes me forever to do anything. Where a person that sews and professional, they can do this in 2 minutes. But you see how long it's taken me to do it. Okay, so all my closures looks good. Okay, so I'm gonna take my little thing here and go in here and just kind of push out the edges, but not too hard. Just kind of Get those edges out. Up. Spoke too soon. So I'm going to try to close that up when I do my top stitch, hopefully. Let's see another little spot. Couple. Oops. I don't know what happened. I might have to just turn this thing back in and get all of those. And I might can fix it with the top stitch. I think I can. Okay, y'all. So this is the cozy bowl. Tell me what you think. This is it. So what I'm going to do now is go back. I'm going to do a top stitch, close this opening up, and do a top stitch all the way around. Okay, so that is pretty much it, y'all. And I just want to thank you for for sitting here with me while I made this. It is such a blessing to have someone to watch you do some things and to comment and tell you how you did. So please comment, share, and like. And if you have not subscribed, once again, please subscribe to Brenda Leach Creations, all things printable and more, and hit the notification bell so that you will receive all my content each time I upload a video. So thank you. Have a wonderful rest of your Friday afternoon. Hopefully, I will get to post again this weekend sometime. But if not, we will see you at the next video.